got something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. They'll give it to the back. He has the first and still on his feet. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To throw, it's Nussmeier. Snagged in the middle, it's Sharp. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
Got like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive.
Touchdown, LSU! Better fasten those seatbelts. These offenses are cruising.
Great job through the air for this offense. 2-minute situation, executing at the end of the half to go take the lead and take the momentum into halftime.
And the extra point puts them on top by 1. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Robinson. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Offense has enough time to get off a play before we head to the half. Looking downfield on first down. Going deep. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. He's going to fire into the gut of the defense. Makes the grab deep. Boy, he almost finished his half with a bang, and are they lucky to get him stopped? They're eager to head to that dressing room right now. So that's going to do it here in the first half. Stay tuned for the halftime break. Just about set to get this second half underway. Coming out with it, it's Robinson. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that...
Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for.
And talk about being an impact player for his defense. That's now his 2nd interception in this game. Time and time again, when they've thrown his direction, he's come up with a big play. And in a tight game like this, those 2 interceptions, that is massive.
Got enough space. Touchdown, Tigers. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. He has been surgical. Precision passes. Using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Robinson. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Now on first down from the 28. Scanning the field, it's Mateer. Caught in the backfield, it's Sategna. Turning it on! And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field. They had hoped to come up with explosive plays, and they used one there to set them up inside the 30, 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. A strike downfield. And he's marked down right there, but a good pickup, and it'll be a first down.
Yeah, and I love running my tight ends across the formation. Just big targets that I can find a way to get the football to. Nice snag, nice little positive game for my offense.
He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Handoff from the shotgun. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. The Sooners want to crank the tempo. Punts it out of the air. Touchdown Sooners! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
After the touchdown, if they could get this too, we'll have a tie ball game. Off the play fake. Quarterback on the move, still looking. And the defense on him, and he will go down. Sacked on the 2-point try. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? From inside his own 15, looking for room. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Trying play action. Quickly out to the tight end. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Back to throw, it's Nussmeier. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and this defense hadn't had a lot of success. This offense has been doing what it wants at will. Finally getting to the QB, finally getting some pressure, finally getting a big hit on him. That'll pay some dividends down the road.
Out of the gun, the give to the back. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Trying to set up the screen. On his feet at the 40. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
And that's a huge third down conversion by the offense there. It's third and long. You've got to lead, not by a lot. Quarterback, though, very poised. Reads the coverage, throws it in rhythm, and you stay on the field.
Shoved out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line, and this offense is doing work.
I'll tell you, if you're going to throw it to the perimeter of the field against zone coverage, you've got to have really good anticipation at quarterback, and you saw it there. He threw that before his guy had even turned around. Accurate throw, they're able to make the play and get the first down.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Touchdown LSU! Made the grab in the end zone for the score. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, it just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
He'll bring it out. It's Robinson. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Back to pass, it's Mateer. Tight end finds a soft spot. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. And this passing game has him calling Boomer and answering Sooner again.
And they're starting to get this crowd jacked up and this crowd riled up. And listen, they love their team. And, dude, think about all the success Oklahoma has had over the years. Different cast of characters. But one thing they always have, offensive success.
Throws to the tight end. Soft spot in the middle. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the first down.
Here comes the heat. He makes a grab. And he will score! Touchdown, Oklahoma!
And so many times the safeties tell the tape, and that's what QBs are studying and reading, and he drops back, and you can tell he sees his receiver coming from the right side, and he knows exactly where he's going to end up with that post, pushes the ball down the field for the big play, got the safety out of position, made the big touchdown throw.
Now to make sure this kickoff team covers properly to pay off that last scoring drive. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. Wants to throw on first down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Thomas. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
And I love the idea of getting this guy screen throws because of his ability after the catch. So nice job getting downfield, getting a hat-on-hat, and giving him a tunnel to run through.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Caught close to the marker, it's Anderson. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. These two quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after 3. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Quarterback may change this route. Dropping back, it's Nussmeier. Finds his man, it's Hill. Nice pickup there, gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the fourth quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball. And because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it 2 straight completions now back-to-back.
Direct snap. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Bring in the heat. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
We've seen this defensive end make a lot of plays. In the run game, he's setting the edge. He's forcing the football to go back inside, but he's not a one-trick pony. He can also get out of his stance, use his hands, and use his speed to beat offensive tackles and get to the QB.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Can't make the play on the interception, and man, they were looking for their first pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 4th down.
Ooh, you're living dangerously now. You've got the lead late in the game. Don't do anything to turn it over, and they almost did throwing it there. If I'm the head coach now, I'm thinking, man, let's just run the ball.
That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. So here comes the Oklahoma offense. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. They'll start this drive going to the air. It's complete on the right side. Breaks into the open. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. The analytics nerds will tell you that a 4-yard pickup on 1st down is a successful play. Let's see what they have on 1st and 10. Caught in the backfield, it's Burks. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. And the Sooners will hustle to the line.
We're trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that 1st down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
They'll move the wide receiver. Wants to throw. It's Mateer. Quarterback adapting. He'll try to do it himself. Got a 1st down. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Marking at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work.
4th quarter, obviously trailing in a football game, you're going to need this dude, your quarterback, to make plays. And you got to call plays like this where it's a pass and he still takes off and gets the 1st down. It's his time. It's the 4th quarter. You're trailing. The ball's in his hands.
The RPO fired complete to the left.
You know, the defense, they just haven't been able to find an answer for this guy throughout the course of the game. Obviously, he's got 2 touchdowns, picks up the 1st down there. They've tried doubling him. They've tried man coverage, zone coverage. Nothing working on defense. They can't stop him.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Fires to the right. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
But he's not done, man. This QB is on a heater. He's already thrown 5 touchdown passes. And here we are late in the game, and he's still taking shots. When you're in a rhythm like that, you feel like any time the ball leaves your fingers, it's landing in.
There he goes. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks for the 1st down. The Sooners come to the line with a new set of downs. They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Looking to fire. He's got the tight end. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Now facing a 3rd and long. looking for a man. It's Mateer. Unloads it left. And he throws another interception, his third of the night. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. They'll get this drive going from the 17. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
No mystery on that play. With the lead, we are going to run the ball. You know it's coming, and we are running right at you, right into the teeth of the defense, and they're still able to get a nice game.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. The offense changing the play. Second down, he'll throw it. Gets rid of it. Makes the grab. It's Anderson. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Looking downfield, it's Mateer. Flushed out of the pocket. Fires on the move. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
And I'm so interested to see how this young man responds, man. Like, he has been really good all game long. Put up some big numbers, but now it's prime time. It's a big moment. Can he step up in this spotlight, make a big drive, make a big play for his team to maybe go win this football game?
Escapes the pressure to his right. Here's a throw downfield late. And it's his fourth interception of the game. Takes it the other way. Out of bounds at the 18, and man, do they have great field position now.
It's such a fine line offensively. Late in the game, you got to score, you got to make big plays, but you can't turn the football over. Big-time mistake. This one might cost him.
Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. They'll run it out of the shotgun. What a good job to be able to pick up that kind of yardage when you're trying to finish off the game. Guys, this is a type of signature win that can set the tone for the future of a program.
And this is the crazy thing about college football with 18 to 22-year-olds. On any given day, anything can happen. And, David, you got to give this team so much credit. They played with their hair on fire and got a tremendous win.
And to keep the belief, like, to understand, like, I've got a chance to come in and win this game and not just give us lip service. They told us this could happen throughout the week, but they believed. Even when it got a little difficult, got a little up in the air, they kept fighting, they kept believing, and they get the huge win.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching. see rivals in a game that could have big-time implications for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the Virginia Tech Hokies taking on the NC State Wolfpack. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. NC State with the kickoff team on the field and just about ready to start. That is not the way you want to start, with the kickoff going out of bounds. So the decision has been made and the coach will take the penalty. The run from the shotgun. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs.
Oh, he's got some space. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. The Hokies in the hurry-up.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup. And the Hokies have it with a 1st and 10.
That's a really good-looking run there. And you think about great Hokie running backs in recent years. David Wilson, Lee Suggs, Kevin Jones, they all have the ability to shake defenders.
Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Taking it the other way. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, North Carolina State. The defense putting points on the board. Just one moment, and all of a sudden, the fortunes turn.
You're in a position where you're about to give up points. And now you flip that around and you put points on the board. Perfectly executed. What do you do in an interception? First guy blocks the intended receiver. Everybody else starts to form a wall where the ball's going. Nice blocking, nice interception, nice return for the touchdown.
Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Got him downfield. Rams him with the stiff arm. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Stewart. Inside the 40. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
And that's why, if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Card in the backfield. It's Stewart. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still just a very short gain. Running backs just have to be a weapon in the passing game, even for little dump-offs and checkdowns.
Yeah, find your matchups. I mean, you think about running back versus a linebacker. We like that matchup in space, and so find ways to get the football to your running back in space where you can break tackles and make things happen because they're just so dynamic.
Down to the 23 for this 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. Turning it on. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
Firing to the right, complete. They'll mark him down at the 2, the Excellent execution on that throw and catch. The Hokies moving quickly to the line. Trying to punch it in. Grinding and churning close to the goal line, but he'll be stopped inches short. Third and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. Got his man on the right. And that was a high percentage completion and a low efficiency pass. They lose yardage.
And listen, that's not a surprise. Obviously, they want to throw the football on third down and try to get a first down, but it got absolutely nowhere. Great job by the defense, rallying up and actually getting a tackle for a loss.
Looking downfield, it's Drones. And this will fall incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
And the offense stays aggressive. They try to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a 50-50 ball where he can make a play. Defense gets the big stop.
Not much movement there. It's a gain of 1. Gets him out to the 5. Second down, they'll go to the air. Got it in the middle. It's Rodgers. Really nice gain. Gets it out across the 20. It'll be a first down at the 22. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the ground with the back. Gets it out to the 25-yard line, a gain of 3.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
They tried to go smash mouth on third and short, and it did not work against this defense.
And that's what makes this defense so difficult to run against. They've got guys up front that just push offensive linemen backwards. They basically push the blockers right into the lap of that running back.
Quickly to the tight end. At the 45 on his way. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the fourth down conversion, moving the chains easily.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's fourth down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Going to try to get it himself. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. We've reached the break. It's NC State on top. And we've come to the end of one. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. Offense walks through the line for play number 7 of the drive. On the option, he'll pitch it. He gets just inside the red zone and goes out of bounds at the 19.
And you kind of thought in that situation QB might keep it, but makes the right read. Gets it to the pitch man, and what does he do? Gets downhill. Get downhill and get that first down. New set of downs. Nice execution on the option by this offense.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Now the play fake. Buys a little extra time. Completes it along the sidelines, but that'll be for no gain.
It's a really nice job by the defense staying disciplined there. And the quarterback's trying to get it out on the right side. As soon as he makes the catch, though, down he goes. Really good job with the tackle.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking to throw, it's Bailey. Lets it go to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Wolfpack.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
He's on the loose. Wide
this is why kickoff returns are so exciting. There's so much space between you and the other team flying down the field. The only time you're going to be provided that much space, and you could tell he knew what to do with that space. Kicked on the Jets by Felicia.
They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Got it behind the line. It's Scott. Breaks into the open. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy shows you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
We're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Dances away from the pressure, going to his left. He's got it for a big play. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
Motion from the back. Dropping back, it's Drones. Caught behind the line, it's Stewart. That's where they'll mark him a very productive play and a first down.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
And the Hokies have their offense in high gear. Quick release by the QB. Shakes off the defender. Makes the stop at the 23-yard line, but it's a pickup of 15. A first down, and this offense is smelling the end zone. The Hokies kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
And the Hokies, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. The Hokies getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. He's got it and still on his feet. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. Handoff from the gun. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down to the 2. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Virginia Tech.
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Leaves it with the back. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Making side adjustments here. Back to throw, it's Bailey. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Grab near the marker, it's Scott. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. They say success rate can be picking up about 4 or so on first down, 1st and 10. Escapes the pressure going right. Fires to the big fella. They'll immediately call timeout.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Trying to get behind the defense. Makes the grab, gets the foot down, just precision execution on that big play.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. He wants it all. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Well, the game plan's been pretty simple offensively, right? They are taking shots, and they're being aggressive, throwing it down the field. This guy's already got 2 touchdown passes. We're still in the first half. And on that last one, he was looking for number 3.
And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
Good job by this defense, man. They've given up some yards and some plays on this drive, but they didn't lose focus. They stayed dedicated to what they're doing, and a great job on 3rd down, forcing the 4th down here, and hopefully the field goal attempt.
Quick completion on the out route. Oh, man, he goes down, and he's going to lose yardage on that one. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see how they handle it. Looking to pass. It's Drones. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. So that'll do it here in the first half. Stay tuned. Halftime is coming. He'll put total leather and get this second half started. He'll bring it out. It's Smothers. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. North Carolina State has it back in the offense heading to the field. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust.
It's a seam wide open. The 30. The 10. Touchdown, NC State. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. That's his third touchdown pass of the day. The defense has no clue how to respond right now.
No, and the defense has had absolutely no answer. He's been on the money. He's been on fire, making the right decisions, and just carving this defense up.
Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point,
there he goes. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
High the chains now on 2nd and long. Off play action. On the run, still looking. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, at the worst possible time.
most defenses are lucky if you have one good covering corner. Fewer are lucky if you have two. They've got three DBs, three corners that can play at the same time in their nickel package that they feel can go mano-a-mano with anyone in the country. And you saw it on that last play coming away with the pick.
Power football with the run. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
The offense down to the 25 now, 1st and 10. The inside handoff. Blast his way ahead, but not much room. A pickup of 1 to the 24. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll run play action. The sure hands. It's Rogers. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand. Safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
They send the tight end in motion. The give out of the gun. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. From the left hash, this one shouldn't be too much trouble. And the try is no good. Missed the field goal, missed the chance to make it a 3-possession game, but still a 14-point lead, guys. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Looking to throw, it's Drones. Gonna take a shot. Brings it in down the left side. He's loose. The 10. Touchdown, Hokies. A Lazarus-like comeback is underway.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. That's already his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the extra point cuts the lead to 7, 28-21. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. And he'll bring it back. He had a vision of getting loose, but he'll go out of bounds at the 18. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. To the air on first down. Fires to the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. From the gun, the ground game. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
This game just feels so different than it did in the first half. After that incompletion, now setting up fourth down, they only have a one-possession lead. Things were looking so much better earlier in the game. They're going to have to get it together throwing the football if they want to win this game.
Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. To the air, it's Bailey. Makes the grab on the left. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? Second down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you...
Oh, he's got some space. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. From the gun, the running back has it. Fights through the pile and picks up a couple down to the 16. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The Wolfpack with lots of ground to cover on third down. Might be changing the route. On third down, he drops to throw. Zings it complete to the right. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
Oh, and the defense, they rise up to the challenge in a critical moment in this game. Third down, trailing by a possession late. They had to find a way to force an incompletion. They've now done that, and they're hoping the punt team trots on the field because they can sense victory on the horizon.
That's a big drive for this offense in the fourth quarter. Now to take a 2-possession lead, you got the other offense where you want them. Now you get to rush the passer, make them pass a little bit more, and don't give up those big plays. You're in a really good spot now.
And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of... turning it on! And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. And the Hokies come to the line in the hurry-up. This defense will try to keep everything in front. Grab behind the line. It's Green. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Right down the middle. He's got an open man. They finally get to him. But what a play there to pick up the first down.
Oh, that just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
The Hokies will snap it on 1st and 10. Got it! Touchdown, Virginia Tech! You thought they were done. They're not. They're back, baby! A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I'll tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
On the run from inside his own 5. He's got great speed. Oh, what vision. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
He's got it. 2-point try is good as they build on this lead. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. Needed just a little more help to turn that into a big return. They'll mark him down at the 29. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. To the air, it's Drones. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
And those are tough passes. When you start throwing those balls towards the sidelines, it's a longer throw for the quarterback to make. And I think that's when you see the majority of the misses for guys, the majority of the overthrows and a little bit of inaccuracy start to show itself.
This time he's got his man. The discard, and he's running free. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
Well, this running back has struggled to find anywhere to go, and I think one reason why is this linebacker and his speed. He did a great job there identifying where the ball was going to go. He didn't let anybody block him. Made his way to the running back and got him on the ground. Nice job.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Finds his big tight end. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Catch in the middle. It's Green. Defense knocks him down immediately after the catch, but now they're facing a goal-to-go situation from the 7. He's looking to throw. Gets it out quickly. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. That last one leaves him 8 yards away from pay dirt. It's 2nd and goal. Wants to go up top. Oh, he makes the grab. Oh, couldn't get the foot down. It's incomplete.
And you just got to know the situation of the game, honestly. After that incompletion, now setting up 3rd down, you've still got timeouts. You can attack the middle of the field. It's all out there for you. There's no need to panic. Because of those timeouts, you still have an eternity to get back in this game.
Looking for the touchdown on 3rd and goal. He's got him. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. A 4th quarter field goal down by this much, that's a lot like putting a lipstick on the proverbial pig. Doesn't do much to change the look. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. Touchdown, Hokies. And here they come, almost all the way back.
news is you scored a touchdown. You've made this a one-possession game. The bad news is you got to get the ball back. So if you're the head coach, you got to start thinking, how are we going to do that? Are we going onside kick, or do we trust our defense to give it back to the owner?
And these decisions to go for two, you see more and more of it throughout a game, chasing points. And then in the end, you wonder if this just comes back to bite you.
They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Guys, you want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you say productive. He's productive at this point in the game is running the clock and getting first down. So, Jesse, I can expect this defense to be aggressive, way up near the line of scrimmage, bringing a bunch of bodies, trying to stop the run.
And that's why it puts a lot of pressure on an offense, David, because you know if you do try to throw the football, it's probably man coverage and probably getting blitzed. It's going to be into a small window.
Touchdown, North Carolina State! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
And he made the extra point without problem. Fielded in the end zone, it's Williams. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Looking for a man. It's Groves. Got his man downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
And the yards just continue to stack up for this dude. We've already talked about it. He made over 300, over 400. Now he's over 450 on the game. He has been on fire.
Wide open downfield. All kinds of room to the right. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, we've got a chance at a finish.
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a one-possession game. We got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
And that one is picked up in the end zone.
2-point plays, the windows are very small to throw into. That time, he just tried to force it into a tiny window, ended up being picked, and the offense comes away with no points.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. On the ground with the counter. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. We've got a timeout on the field, a tight game in the fourth, and the Brain Trust will go to work. Quarterback making checks. Wants to fire on second down. Now improvising. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This offense isn't calling the dogs off in this game. We're here late. They're still taking shots, and a big reason why is how good this quarterback has been all game long. 4 touchdown passes. He's reading the defense. He's playing in rhythm. He's throwing on time. He's been accurate. And late in the game, they're still letting him take shots.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They'll keep the offense on the field on 4th down already with a one-possession lead. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll try the run, and they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
Really nice job stopping the run, but the problem is you have 0 timeouts left. You cannot stop the clock right now if you're the defense, so this has got to be excruciating for them. They know the offense is just going to take their time before they snap the ball.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. NC State has work to do to convert this third down. Contact in the neutral zone leads to that penalty. Good news for the offense. Plenty of fireworks in this one. A lot of points. They always talk about having the chalk last, and it seemed like whoever was on offense had the last laugh.
It's amazing how much offense has just boomed in college football. So good. So many ways to hurt you. And you saw both of these offenses put on a show today, Jess.
Dave, we talked to both of these coaching staffs, and their defensive coordinators were losing sleep all week. They knew this was going to be a tough task ahead of them. So much speed, so much firepower on both of these offenses. And, man, we saw that here today.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football. Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to Husky Stadium, home of the Washington Huskies. As we'll see see the #1 team in the country, the Indiana Hoosiers, taking on a fellow Big Ten foe, the Washington Huskies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. The Hoosiers will kick it off to get us underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Give to the running back. Breaks into the open. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. Washington wants to go quickly.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. Finds his big tight end.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Williams will pass. Moving away from pressure. Looking left. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Quarterback making adjustments. He's going to swing it on 2nd down. Looking to scramble. Outside the pocket, lets it go. That's caught. It's Becker. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
It's first down from the 37-yard line. The give to the lone running back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Got it in the middle, it's Cooper. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. You can feel and hear the purple rain all the way across Lake Washington. 3rd down coming. The throw with the catch. It's Becker. Working their way closer and closer. A 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. And the Hoosiers are marching down the field. Draw play, quarterback keeps it. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. Dropping back, it's Mendoza. Got away from trouble and got rid of him. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. The give to the back. Plows through the defense. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a 1st down in the red zone at the 14. This crowd knows when to bring it. red zone, looking for a receiver. Going for 6. Touchdown, Indiana! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. They march the ball 51 yards for the score. And they top it off with a 14-yard pass for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Washington. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. Caught in the backfield, it's Coleman. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Washington right back to the line. With the catch, it's Green. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Moving out of the pocket. And the incomplete pass, they roll the dice. Snake eyes. This offense has it with really good field position. The give to the tailback. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Hoosiers!
Anytime you've got a successful run play on the ground, you've got to have great blocking up front. The offensive line, receivers, everybody doing their job. And that helped lead to the home run.
And right down the middle. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Williams looking for a man. Here's a heat. Sweet throw and catch along the sideline. It's enough for the 1st down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Looking to throw on 1st down. Quarterback strolling away from heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And quarterback's accuracy goes way down when you start to get him on the move. And you want to make it go way down even further? Pop that sucker. Nice job making him move, scramble out to his left, and then getting a good clean stick on him. That's 2 things he has to think about on one play.
He'll off one deep down the left side. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Handoff to the lone back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Hemby. There he goes. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good gain there. No matter how many times they tell you to look for it, it is tough to defend a perfectly executed screen.
Yeah, because I'm trying to go get the quarterback, and everything looks like pass, but when you see that screen, you got to retrace your steps, get back in the play. Nice job by the offense. The defense just has to recognize that a little bit sooner.
Here's the handoff. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them, because those guys have serious speed They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue what was going on. He knew it was a run play, fired, pulled the trigger, came downhill, and attacked the running back.
And I love the discipline on defense right there. Big third down. So everyone keeping their eyes on the quarterback, rallying to the ball, making a tackle. Great team defense.
Will not get there. A fourth down stop.
And how about the defense coming up big on 4th and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
Off play action on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Coleman. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. We reach the end of the period. It's Indiana on top. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. They largely dominated the first quarter and built a nice lead to get started. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Williams will pass. Finds his tight end. He makes the stop at the 48. That'll be enough for a first down and a pickup of 10. Washington wants to go quickly.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. Just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the up.
Oh, he's got some space. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. When the Huskies are moving on the ground like this, you will bow down to Washington.
Yeah, and I tell you what, with all the rain they get out there in Washington, you better have a dependable ground game that you can go to and establish that tempo. Obviously, harder to throw the football in the rain, so dominant, physical trenches.
He tries to take the top off. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Motion from the wide receiver. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. They'll go back to the ground. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. Corners are going to bail. They'll go to work in the air on second down. And they're not on the same page there.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
From the gun, running back gets to give. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line, and that's where they'll have it 1st and goal. The Huskies pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on the defense, declined, and the touchdown stands. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. So the touchdown drive goes 63 yards. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Leaves it with the running back. He's stuffed after picking up 1 to the 23.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. It's Mendoza. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. He wastes no time and comes out throwing, looking to scramble. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Man, if I'm the offensive line, I got to do a better job initially protecting my quarterback. And then once he scrambles out of that pocket, he starts to go to the left, I got to stick with the play because then he gets whacked at the end of the play. And instead of helping my quarterback up, I got to make sure I protect him a lot better moving forward.
Well, the offense is trying to make it look like runs, so they play fake. And the tight end, he comes right out of his stance, vertical downfield, gets one-on-one with a much smaller DB, and is able to make the catch for a big game.
Washington comes to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
4th down here. It's still early in the game. I'm not chasing points. Take the field goal, pay this drive off.
And they have analytical cards nowadays that says the exact situation, what the score is, do you go for it or not? Look at the card, make the decision.
After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. From inside the 15, here's the return. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. They keep feeding him in this running game, and the defense is having none of it. It's been that way all day.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. A great job in the base defense making a play.
Can you even imagine trying to operate in the midst of this purple rain on 3rd? Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you. And I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent, but he's making bad decisions.
Pulls it in. It's Green. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this 3rd down play. Clock running. Williams looking for a man. Fires toward the end zone. interception. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. They'll go to the ground. He's stopped in the backfield again. This defense trying to send a message they'll have to carry into halftime. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Give to the back. Running into the open space. He's down right at the 17, and the clock will stop to move the chains on the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Gets it out fast. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there. Clock winding towards 0. They'll get one more snap off. The give to the back. Got the first down and still on his feet. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. And that'll bring us to the end of the first half as we head to the studio for halftime. Go ahead and roll the dice to start this second half. They're lined up for an onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
Man, how about that? You come out of the locker room, you just had a little bit of a break, you rested, you told your club we're going to come out, and now we're going to be aggressive. We're going to kick an onside. Even though we're winning and you failed, now this defense better step up and respond.
They'll open the second half on the ground. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw, it's Mendoza. Using the quick game. And they pick up just a few on that completion. The Hoosiers want to move quickly. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Gonna take a shot. Grabs it inside the 15. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. A first down run in the red zone. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to pass. Caught in the backfield, it's Hemby. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. They'll try to slam it in. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
Well, the offense just trying to be physical down here at the 1-yard line, trying to run the football into the end zone, but they just got beat up front. Now setting up 4th.
The play action fake. Keeps looking downfield. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Indiana!
Yeah, and how about make no mistake about it? Line up, bring in the big boys. You know, you probably have a good idea of what I'm trying to accomplish. 4th down situation, and the offense comes through playing with a little physicality, a little muscle.
And with the extra point, it's a 21-10 game. They made sure that good field position paid off, going 45 yards, and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Coming out with it, it's Coleman. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They've just self-destructed too many times so far already with 3 interceptions in the game. Floating away. And not much going on downfield. He'll just get rid of it and live to play another down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Moves up to the 34-yard line, give him a 10-yard pickup.
Man, it's nice having a QB that is going to hang in there. You could tell, hanging in there, he knows he's going to get hit, right? If I'm going to get hit, I might as well make a completion. Great job hanging in there, throwing the football on target. And
it's picked off for the 4th time today. Looking for more room. Touchdown, Hoosiers! The defense does the work itself with a pick 6.
Awesome job by the linebacker there in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes, spying the QB, knowing where that ball was going to get thrown, and then the ball skills, just to pluck it out of the air and take it back for a touchdown. Awesome work.
And the point after is good. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. Fielded in the end zone. It's Coleman. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They're down 28-10, and I don't think it's exaggerating to say their chance of winning this football game probably rides on this drive.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Moves away as he feels pressure. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. And they can't make the connection.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, you're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on 3rd down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
Throwing right. Hauls it in, the 1st down and more. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
Man, it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
Williams will pass. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. He's got it inside the 15. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a 1st down.
And, man, he had nobody around him. That has got to be embarrassing for this defense. When you let someone that deep downfield go completely uncovered.
He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer. And the Huskies racing to the line in the hurry-up. They give him the rock again on 2nd and goal. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And on offense, you know this is 4-down territory. You have to come away with a touchdown. You're getting boat raced in this game right now, and you're going to have to make this possession count.
Yeah, definitely because of the slow start, now putting yourself behind the 8 ball, I think this offense is going to have to be aggressive the rest of the game.
That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. The kicker looks a little disappointed. He'll not come into the game. They'll go for it on 4th and goal from the 4. Running back searching for a hole. He gets it down to the 3 and not an inch further, and they get a stop on 4th and goal. And the Hoosiers are backed up. They can feel the shadow of their own goal. Turning it on. Got enough for the 1st down and wants more. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
That is exactly what you want from your offense. Create some space, get out of the shadow of your own end zone, Palmer, and make it easier on this offense.
Yeah, it's nice when you have a running back like that, too, that can create that space for you. Now, if you're the play caller, your entire playbook is wide open.
They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the 1st down. Back to pass, it's Mendoza. Using his legs to buy some time. The defense sort of herds this quarterback out of bounds short of the line of scrimmage, and he'll take the loss. Clock strikes 0 here in the quarter, and Indiana is on top. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Bought a little time, lets it go. That's caught. It's Becker. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
First down for the offense.
The Hoosiers are flying down the field. They go to the ground. At midfield, he's got room. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. And the Hoosiers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Wants to go up top on first down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Hemby. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting in the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the...
Breaks into the open. Ball is loose. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it. The Hoosiers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Defense a little too eager. That's an encroachment penalty, 5 yards for the offense. That penalty puts the defense in a bind. It'll be 3rd and 1. To the ground to try to pick up the first. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, good call by the defense there. They dialed up blitz into that running play, and the linebacker able to make the stop.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Looking to get it in. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. And the Hoosiers had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And how about the defense on that play, man? Playing aggressive, fast, downhill, 1st and goal, expecting run. Great job fitting the run. Great job getting the running back on the ground.
There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss. And now after getting knocked back, they'll try it again, this time from the 5 on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Indiana! And the stomping has commenced.
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On designed runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up 35-10. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. He'll bring it out. It's Washington. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. scrambling away. Rolling, throwing, looking right. Makes a grab for a big play. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. Offense will try to get some momentum going on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Use the play fake, now to throw. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. To the air on 2nd down. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, he's going to be brought down. A huge loss on the play.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
He's taking a deep shot. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they